Have you ever stopped to wonder, why is application security control critical in the realm of information security? In our increasingly interconnected world, the importance of application security controls cannot be overstated. As technologies advance and our dependence on digital applications grows, so too does the trend of cybercrime and data breaches. Imagine a world without these controls. It's like leaving your front door open, inviting cyber thieves to steal sensitive information, disrupt operations, or even damage your brand's reputation. In the face of these threats, application security controls serve as the gatekeepers, the first line of defense, protecting not just data, but the very integrity of our digital landscape. They help to ensure that our systems are robust, that they can withstand the onslaught of cyber threats, and that our sensitive information remains confidential and intact. It's not just about preventing attacks, it's about preserving trust, a vital currency in our digital age. In a nutshell, application security controls are pivotal for safeguarding sensitive information, ensuring data integrity, and maintaining an organization's reputation. So, what exactly are these application security controls and how do they function? Well, let's imagine application security controls as a team of superheroes. Each of them is equipped with special powers and tools to protect your application from the villains. That's right, the cyber threats. At their core, application security controls are mechanisms designed to identify, correct, and prevent security vulnerabilities in a software application. They're like the watchful eyes, always on the lookout for potential threats and weaknesses, ready to swoop in and save the day. Now let's delve into the types of controls. First, we have the preventive controls. These are the proactive ones, always one step ahead. They're like the force fields around your application, designed to prevent security threats from even reaching your software. This could be done through techniques like input validation, to ensure that the data entering your application is safe and sound. Next, we have the detective controls. These are the intelligence gatherers, the ones who are constantly monitoring and analyzing your application for any signs of a security breach. Think of them as the surveillance cameras, recording every move and raising an alarm if they notice something suspicious. This could be a sudden spike in traffic or an unexpected change in user behavior. Finally, we have corrective controls. These are the problem solvers, stepping in to fix the issue once a vulnerability has been identified. They're like the rapid response team, swooping in to patch up the vulnerability and restore normal operations as quickly as possible. Collectively, these controls work together to create a robust and resilient application, capable of withstanding a variety of cybersecurity threats. They're designed to not only react to threats as they happen, but also to anticipate potential vulnerabilities and take action before they can be exploited. In essence, application security controls are there to ensure that your application remains secure, reliable, and trustworthy no matter what. Because in today's digital world, security isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have. Essentially, application security controls act as the first line of defense against potential cybersecurity threats. Now that we understand what application security controls are, how do we go about implementing them? Well, let's dive right in. The first step to implementing application security controls is a risk assessment. This involves identifying potential threats and vulnerabilities in your application. It's like playing detective, uncovering all possible ways your application could be compromised. Next, we define our security requirements. These are the rules of the game, so to speak. They outline what our application needs to defend against the threats we've identified. Think of it as a blueprint for fortifying your application. Once we have our blueprint, we move on to designing the controls. This is where we decide on the specific tools and measures to meet our security requirements. It could be anything from encryption algorithms to firewall settings. It's like picking the right tools for a construction project. Now we get to the heart of the matter, implementing these controls. This is the building phase where we integrate the selected controls into our application. It's a hands-on process, requiring a good understanding of the application's architecture and the security controls in play. After implementation, we test the controls. We throw everything but the kitchen sink at our application to ensure the controls can withstand real-world threats. It's like a fire drill, preparing us for any possible scenario. Once we're confident in our controls, it's time for ongoing monitoring and updating. This is crucial because threats evolve and so must our defenses. We need to keep an eye on our controls, adjusting and updating them as necessary. It's a bit like gardening. We can't just plant a seed and walk away. We need to tend to our garden, pruning and watering as needed. So there you have it, a step-by-step guide to implementing application security controls. From risk assessment to continuous monitoring, each step is key to ensuring your application is well protected. Remember, implementing application security controls is not a one-time activity but a continuous process that requires diligence and vigilance. So, what are the key points to bear in mind when implementing application security controls? Firstly, let's recall the significance of these controls. They are the backbone of a secure digital environment, protecting our applications from threats and vulnerabilities. Without them, our systems are like fortresses without walls, open to attacks from all sides. So never underestimate the importance of application security controls. They are not just optional extras, but essential components of a robust cybersecurity strategy. Next, understanding the function of these controls is crucial. They are not a one-size-fits-all solution. Each control serves a specific purpose, whether it's input validation to prevent SQL injection or access controls to ensure only authorized users can access certain data. Remember, understanding is the first step in effective implementation. Now let's revisit the step-by-step process for implementing these controls. 1. Identify your assets and threats. 2. Select appropriate controls. 3. Implement the controls. 4. Test and review. 5. Monitor and update. It's not a one-off task, but a cyclical process that requires continuous attention. Emphasizing on this last point, the need for continuous monitoring and updating of controls is paramount. In the digital world, threats are ever evolving. New vulnerabilities are discovered daily, and threat actors are always on the lookout for ways to exploit them. Hence, your application security controls need to keep pace. Regular updates, rigorous testing, and ongoing monitoring are all part of a proactive and comprehensive approach to application security. In conclusion, application security controls are a significant part of your cybersecurity defense. Understanding their function and implementing them systematically is key. But remember, the work doesn't stop once the controls are in place. They must be regularly reviewed, tested, and updated to stand a chance against the constantly changing threat landscape. The world of information security is constantly evolving, and so should our strategies. Stay vigilant, stay secure.